Pick me up before I die. Could you do that?
Sure.
Okay, my question is, when does this Tim Burton nightmare acid trip end?
I don't know.
Okay, was I arrested the last time I spoke with you, or did that happen since?
It happened since.
Oh, I didn't tell you that I got arrested and then they released me on my own recognizance on a 6-figure warrant?
Well, you left me a message, something to that effect.
Okay, what? Had I got my passport yet?
Yes, you had.
Okay. Oh, so then that was what on? Oh, yeah, because it was Wednesday. You corrected me on the day. Remember? I thought it, or was it? Or maybe it was Thursday. And I thought it was Tuesday. And you're like, no, dude, you lost 2 days. It's Thursday. I don't know. It was one of those days, sometime this century ago. Dude, there has been so many bizarre things happening that I was starting to even say to myself, this feels like a setup. Or this feels like somebody sent someone in to roll on me. And I've been saying that to myself a lot because... So I didn't tell you the police... Okay, I'm sitting by the police substation that I've been to going in and out of for years in Venice, nearby where I've been hanging out in a safe zone. And all of a sudden, like, 3 or 4 people just roll up on me all of a sudden, and everybody wants, a cigarette or something else, and I'm like, dude, slow down. I'm just sitting here chilling, and before I can even blink, I see cops roll up, and some other person I know is rolling up, and they're like, you got a beer in your hand? She's like, no, it's a Starbucks. And I had just opened a beer and had sat there and had beers before and had never had a problem for the last 30 years. I just opened a beer. I hadn't even taken a sip out of it yet. The cops roll up, and I have the beer hidden behind me, and they shoo the other people away. And then they're like, okay, and do you have ID? And I'm like, well, I have had it robbed. And so I was kind of playing off like I didn't have it because I really didn't want to have to ID myself. And they said, and about that beer behind you, are you going to just take it out because we know you have it or not? So I took it out because I figured at this point, okay, there's a $300 ticket for an open container in the park. Oh, fuck, here we go again. Instead, they start to run me, and they're like, hey, if you want to make this a hard way, you don't have ID, we'll just have to take you in and book you in until we can figure out who you are. We're not going to play games because I had told them who I was, and they weren't buying it. And I'm like, hold it. And you know what? I forgot. I've been assaulted. I just went to the doctor today because I got stitches out. Have I told you I saw the doctor and I won't need plastic surgery?
Yeah, you told me that.
Oh, so I did talk to you that day then. Yeah, so it was Thursday, and it was Thursday night, and so that same very evening, I pull out the passport, and then when they see I really am me, and they're like, well, why the multiple names? And we start going down the federal contractor and all that bullshit road. Well, which one is your real name? And I said, well, they both are. Well, which one were you born with? This one. Okay, well, is your driver's license under that? No, it's under that one. Well, how's it under, that whole long bullshit merry-go-round that I hate to go on with these people. And so, long story short, they run me, and then they come back and they like turn around, and I'm like, oh fuck, guys! I told you I was already cited for the two $60,000 ridiculous warrants for 2 things I'm not even aware of. But I've had so much identity theft in this passport. I've got the paperwork. This is replacement. And long story short, just to get to the point, they then tell me, well, you've got 3 other warrants, you have 5. And I'm like, what the fuck are those? And they're like, I don't know, but we have to bring you in because the warrants are now $120,000. And I'm thinking, oh shit, now I'm going to definitely be locked up because if it's over 25 by state law, they're supposed to bring you in. And so they bring me in, but on the way in, they're being really cool, and it's like almost too cool. And even when they're bagging my stuff, they're being like weirdly too cool, like this is setup time. And quite frankly, I had some stuff with me that I shouldn't have had in my possession, that they could have made things a really fucking nightmare if you catch the drift without me having to get into too much disclosure. Okay, because I've had enough stress, I figured I needed to take a little edge off. And they bag all that up to it. I'm thinking, this is getting really fucked up. And so then they bring me in, and on the way in, they're telling me, if you play this cool with us, we don't want to have to inventory all your stuff because there's things we don't want to have to inventory. I'm thinking, Okay, this just went from weird to fucking strange. And if you play it right with us, we're going to see if we can get you just OR'd out tonight, even the warrants are so high, because, you know, we understand you are a good guy and you've gone through a lot. And now the smoke's flying up my ass so much, I feel like, you know, this is a fucking acid trip, and I haven't even taken acid yet. And I get in and they cuff me, and they're all polite, and it's the most civilized arrest experience I've had in probably 58 years. And then they come and they're coaching me on the side, and when the lieutenant comes, say this, when this happens, do that. And so I play the game, and, you know, I'm still getting a little pissed because it's taken like 3 hours, and I'm muttering against the wall, this is fucking bullshit that I have to have fucking 5 things that I don't even know about because these motherfuckers are screwing with me. And the guy comes and he says, you know, you got to keep it down. You can't be yelling in the hall. That'll make you stay here. And I said, I'm not yelling, but I am entitled to express my opinion. Just because you walked by and heard me muttering to the wall that I'm fucking pissed by his identity. And he said, you're right. You weren't yelling. I was out of line. And he's apologizing. I'm like, oh, this just went weird. And so now they run me through sieges, fingerprints, ink, all out, their horseshit, photographs, sign here and celebrity bullshit. And as I'm checking out, I'm asking which name I'm using, and they're like, you're using your birth name. And I'm thinking, well, how the fuck should I know? I don't know which name the fucking warrants are. I didn't say anything. So I sign off, initial it, and then they take me back. And then they pull me into a side room, and they hand me this bag that has my hash in it, which I have a license for, and my weed, and some other stuff that I don't have a license for and shouldn't. Well, anyway. And hand it to me in a bag, and they're like, put this in your pocket. So I start to reach in the bag and pull stuff out and put it in my pocket. No, put the whole bag in your pocket. Don't let anybody see what's in that bag, and just get your shit out of here. And I'm thinking, okay, this just went weird, and I saw what was in it, and the other stuff was... So I play along with the game, and then they walk me out the front door, and they don't let me inventory anything. They bring it out in a big, huge fucking bag, because it's like 100 pounds worth of shit. And they hand it to me, and they said, okay, you're not going to inventory it out. You're not going to sign out. You're out of here. You're on your own recon. Here's the 5 things. We don't know what the other 3 are. It's 120,000, but we're letting you roll because we understand you're helping the good guys. Have a good night. And I'm like, this has just gone from weird to fucking ridiculous, because I just walked out with controlled substances that, you know, some feds would like to talk to me about, and they gave it back to me. And so now I'm walking back, and then a couple of other bizarre things to get to the end of this. And then somebody who is a friend, crack whore, and former broadcaster, down on her luck, messed up girl, told me, she said, I heard word on the street that the feds are fucking with you, and the cops are so afraid of you. They've been trying to get you out of the city for years. They've tried drugs, alcohol, bribes, throwing you in jail, falsifying shit. They fucked with you every way they can think of. They don't know how to deal with you because you just still keep coming back. And this person that you think has been helping you is setting you up, and here's how they've been snitching you out. And I told her a couple other bizarre things that happened. She said, oh, well, they were being paid by so-and-so. I'm thinking, hold it. This is now making sense. This whole thing is making sense all of a sudden. Maybe this isn't my imagination. Like last night as I'm walking back, a guy who this is weird, he's fixing a bike in the middle of the street with his girlfriend. They're arguing about shit. And so I go walking well past them, and I'm sitting down, smoking a cigarette, minding my own business, singing Aerosmith on my phone, and he comes up with a fucking stick that has a retractable switchblade on it, threatening to kill me because I'm staring at his girlfriend, who's like a quarter of a block away, which I wasn't, and I'm making her all nervous, and he's going to kill me. And I'm like, okay, this got weird. And he started swinging the thing at me. And he said, what did you say? I said, this just got weird, and I'm getting the fuck out of here. And he said, that's the right answer. And so I took off. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this is as fucked up as I really have thought it is. But now I'm getting confirmation from people who are hearing it on the street that I'm being fucked by the feds. So I just thought it was interesting. I had this epiphany because yesterday, all day long, for the first time in my entire life of 58 years, I said, fuck it. And I just laid here for an entire day on the beach, just trying to heal and rest. And, you know, if anybody wants to roll on me, go, fuck, I don't give a shit about anything. And got really rested up. And then when I went out rolling again, all this strange crackhead stuff started happening. And then I ran into this kind of friend, former broadcaster down on her luck, who told me, I'm being set up by these fuckers, and the cops are freaking out because they don't know how to deal with me. Does that make sense why they would have let me go on this one and not fucked with me like they could have? They could have boned me and hit me with a fucking felony if they wanted to.
No, it doesn't, because it sounds to me like the feds wanted to really fuck with you. Then what they would do is just let the local cops, deal with whatever shit they got you, and then the feds are stay well out of it.
Well, or is it because the feds know that they think I'm running out of town because I just got a passport cleared? And this was like a gimme.
The cops give you back your passport at least?
Oh yeah, they give me back everything. The passport, all my weed, all my money. They didn't steal anything this time. Not a vape pen, not a cartridge, nothing. Everything, 100%. First time I've ever been arrested by LAPD and gotten everything back. That's never happened in 4 years, dude. Ever. Let alone that I had a controlled substance and I had enough quantity I could have gone down and done at least 15 years for. Oh my God. I was stupefied.
What you got and be happy for.
Oh, I am. It was like a fucking godsend miracle. I'm like, okay, God, thank you. That was a gimme. I think that's a clear sign. I need to start writing this book and get the fuck out of Dodge even quicker now. The only problem is now I have to stay here through March something or other unless I can convince a judge who wants to see me anyway, evidently, because the only reason they issued a 6-figure fucking warrant on misdemeanors is because some judge has got a hard on that he's got 5 warrants for me, and they moved them all. Before they were like at 3 courts. Now they've moved them all to 1 court, so I would get boned at the worst fucking court in LA County, which is LA Municipal Court, where the fucking drug czars are working in the court running this shit. So it's going to be interesting, because I don't even know what the other 3 charges are. They wouldn't even tell me. They said they don't know the codes. They'd have to look them up, and if I wanted to, I could look them up online. So there's some bullshit misdemeanors in Santa Monica that aren't even normal state code. It's some city municipal bullshit that somebody did or I did. I have no idea what it even is. I didn't know I had 5 fucking warrants for my arrest until I got popped the other night. And then they let me walk with open. They didn't even cite me for the beer or anything. I didn't get a ticket for open beer. They didn't cite it. They just said, you got enough things to deal with. Get this handled. And we're letting you out on your own recognizance. I was like, hold it. Am I on LSD? Is this really happening? Are you guys really LAPD? Is this a bad thing for MTV? Are you guys pranking my ass? I was stupefied, dude. So I just had to call and let you know. This has just gone from weird to fucking ridiculous. I mean, in 34 years, have you ever said LAPD has ever cut me a break on anything?
No.
All right.
Although, well, I don't know. That's not quite true.
When?
You have been in and out.
Quickly, yes. They've moved me in and out quickly and stuff, but they still boned me.
And I've been amazed that they even let you go. So.
That's true. There's many times they should have just held me for whatever reason. All right, buddy. I know it's tax season. You're busy, and somebody rolled up I need to talk to, but thanks for being there. I truly appreciate it. I just thought you'd get a chuckle out of that one.
Well, take it easy. Be safe. I'll talk to you later.
I'm trying to stay alive. All right.
Okay.
Be loved. Bye.